everyone, myself Sushma. Now I'm going to explain a few concepts on JavaScript that are variables, objects, loops, arrays, functions. Variables are containers for storing the data. JavaScript variables can be declared in four ways: automatically, using where, using constant. In this first example, x, y, z are undeclared variables. X stores the value of something, y stores the value, z stores the value of x and y. Here, next, the example is using on variable. Here is the example using let. Finally, here is the example using constant, and here is the example using constant and let. The two variables price1 and price2 are declared with the constant keyword. These are constant values and cannot be changed. The variable total is declared with the let keyword, so the value total can be changed. When to use where, let, or constant? We use constant if the value should not be changed. We use let if you can't use constant. We use where if you must support full browsers. Array. An array is a special variable which can hold more than one value. An array is a special variable which can hold more than one value. Creating an array using an array literal is easiest way to create a JavaScript array. Here is the example on creating the arrays and accessing array elements. You can access an array element by referring to the index number. This is the example on accessing array elements, and the array index starts with the 0. 0 is the first element and 1 is the second element. JavaScript functions. A JavaScript function is identified or defined with the function keyword, a name followed with parentheses. Function name can contain letters, digits, underscores, and dollar signs. Parentheses may include parameter names separated with commas. The code to be executed by the function is placed inside the curly brackets. Function parameters are listed inside the parentheses in the function definition. Function arguments are the values received by the function when it is invoked. Inside the function, the arguments behave as variables. Function return. When JavaScript reaches a return statement, the function will stop executing. If the function was invoked from a statement, JavaScript will return to execute the code after the invoking statement. Here is the example. Calculate the product of two numbers and returning the result. Function is called, the return value will end up in x. Why to use functions? With function, you can reuse code. You can write code that can be used many times. You can use the same code with the different arguments to produce different results. Objects. Here is an example to create an object. Spaces and lines are not important. An object initializer can span multiple lines. This example creates an empty JavaScript object and then adds four properties. As mentioned below, accessing object properties. You can access the object properties in two ways. Here is the example for accessing the object properties. And finally, the concept for loop. Ideal for a known number of iterations. Here is the example for loop. While loop. Used when the number of iterations is not known and depends on the condition. This is the example for while loop. Do while loop. Similar to while loop, but ensures the code run at least once. This is the example for do while loop. For in loop, iterates over object properties. This is the example for in loop, and finally for loop, iterates over object like arrays and strings. This is the example for of flow. Thank you.